So, Zach, thank you very much for being here with us. Greek Cup winners, Greek Championship. Does it get any better than that?
Yeah, I mean, winning EuroLeague, but I mean, outside of that, we had a perfect season.
The fact that you swept Panathinaikos makes the championship, let's say, more sweeter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, because I didn't think we were going to be able to do it. It's something that you have a goal to do, but it wasn't number one on our priority list. We just wanted to win the championship.
You and Panathinaikos have a weird relationship because the fans loved you because of your performance against Panathinaikos. So tell me about this rivalry.
I don't know. I guess from the first year that I was here, the EuroLeague game, the first derby, it was just kind of a magical moment. And then ever since, every time I see Penn, I want to perform, but I think it's much credit to them. I think they're an amazing team, and it's an amazing rivalry. So it's like, why not put on a show?
The owner of the team said that he's back for Panathinaikos. So they're supposed to be a better team next year. Is it an extra motivation for you?
I mean, you could say that, Every time we see them, it's motivation. But we were one of the best teams in not only Greece, but all of Europe. So I don't think we have anything to be worried or uncomfortable about. I'm anxious to see the team they put together.
And let's make it a bit funny. By them having a better team, they wouldn't have excuses for the loss next year.
I mean, I've seen some of their best teams. I played against a really good team, when Kalathis and the guys were here. So I don't know, everybody can put together their squad and let's just throw the ball up. I'm anxious to see what happens.
I have to ask you, was it your first time in the Greek Bouzoukia after the championship? Because you were throwing the flowers like a pro.
I mean, we have an inside joke on the team about the Bouzouki. Of course, I can't say it out, in public, but I was very anxious to come to the Bouzouki, and it was everything that I didn't know it was going to be. I get in there and we're throwing flowers, and I was like, oh, this is poetry in motion. So, the GM Nikos, he's throwing flowers and crystals.
Many flowers.
Yeah, the owners, everybody's throwing flowers. So it was kind of a fun experience for sure.
What was your impressions after this? Yours and your wife's?
My sister, my family they text me like, what is this? What is this? And I was like, you haven't lived until you've been to a Bouzouki, and that is for sure. I'm pretty sure we'll be back. I'm confident.
Now let's talk about a bit basketball, because you were throwing like you shooting free throws, the flowers, but let's talk about the real sport.
Gotcha.
The fact that you played also in the Greek league, how important was it for you? Because many of us said that you were lacking of rhythm in the previous seasons.
I think it's one of them things that you don't understand until you do it, because last season, playing once a week, sometimes in the double weeks in EuroLeague, but not playing the Greek league, it was difficult to get, chemistry. And, some guys don't play in EuroLeague, but they had to play more in the Greek league. So, you can try things out in the Greek league. But yeah, all in all, it's always fun to play basketball.
Were there any times that you may lost your confidence for achieving your goals?
No, I mean, not really. From the moment we got here preseason, I could just tell the aura, the vibe, the feel was much different than last year. This team was more cohesive. Guys wanted to sacrifice so other guys could, do what they're supposed to do for the team. I hope we can bring everybody back in a perfect world, to just run it back and see if we can win it next year. But it is what it is. I got faith in the coach and the owners to strengthen the team.
How important was winning the Greek Cup for the rest of the season? Because it was a title that came right after your COVID month, and in our eyes, it was very important.
To be honest, I didn't know how important it was. I'm not from Europe, I'm not from Greece, so it didn't hit me until after we won. Then I was like, okay, this is kind of a big deal, because coming from America, and coming from other countries, all I'm thinking about is EuroLeague. But to win the Greek Cup and being so close to losing the Greek Cup, if you don't remember that fourth quarter where we made that final push to win it and seal the deal, it was an amazing feeling. So now every year I'm thinking double, triple, double, triple double. You know, it doesn't matter.
Coach Bartzokas will be at the team till 2025. How important is that?
My guy, you know, he gave me the opportunity here. You know, he always coaches with passion. He wants the best, so he never lets up on me because he knows that I could always get more, or I can always reach his reality of what he wants me to do, and I appreciate him for that. The figure he's been in my life it's been steady. You know, I'm comfortable here. I'm his guy, he's my guy, so I was really happy to see that.
That was actually my next question, because he puts you in this position, competing at the top EuroLeague level. So can we say that he changed your career by choosing you to come to Olympiacos?
Oh, for sure. I mean, in words I can't describe, like, even though I had an amazing year at Besiktas and Champions League, I wasn't even thinking EuroLeague, or even if that was possible, the next step I was thinking was Euro Cup. So when Olympiacos came calling, you know, it's just kind of like, this is my moment. And then I got here, I met Coach, the coaching staff, they let me play free, they let me do what I want, they let me make my own decisions, and that's what I appreciate and value the most.
And when you first came, you saw the Greek derby and the crowd yelling at it. It was like, where am I?
Yeah, I don't even know. Like when I get on the court, something takes over me, and it must be Greek because it only happens when I'm in this country. So playing for this team, so I appreciate it.
Can you imagine your life if you haven't been to Olympiacos?
I mean, I probably would have retired earlier, you know, because it's one thing to be playing high-level basketball, but it's another thing to be not playing at the highest level. So just being here, seeing the future, seeing what the crowd wants, what the fans want, what the club wants, I'm able to set new goals and expectations every year.
Many of your teammates said that you were all like a family, and that was the key for your success. Do you believe this?
Yeah, for sure. You know, all the good times and the bad times, the happy times, you know, the sad times, the secret fights, you know, arguing amongst each other. But, you know, that's what makes families grow. And you know, I think every time we had a setback, we always took 2 steps forward. So, I mean, and we have amazing players. You know, we have Pops, Lou, Sash, all the guys. So, you know, and a captain like Yorgos who set the tone, and how important he was to this team is he for sure will be missed.
I have to ask you one more thing. This tradition that you do before the games, where you're laughing and hit at each other, whose idea was it?
I mean, Yorgos just did it the first game. Nobody knew where it was coming. He just came, he walked up, he paused, and then he just started yelling, and everybody just started yelling. So every game we just continued it, and you know, I hope we continue it next year, but it's hard to replace, you know, something like that.
As you said, the next year will be the first for Olympiacos without Giorgos Printezis. How much are you going to miss him?
I mean, here's the thing. He sat to the left of me in the locker room every single day for, you know, 3 years now. So to come in and see, I don't know, maybe Laryngiakis there, it won't feel the same. I'll appreciate it because Larry's my guy. But no, I'm just kidding, Larry. But no, he for sure will be missed. His presence will be missed. To be the EuroLeague legend that he is, and to always roll with the punches no matter what decisions were being made, never complain, never say anything bad, nothing, and just do what he's told. I mean, it's admirable, and it's taught me a lot.
Dimitris Paschopoulos didn't want to change Vasilis Panoulis' locker. Would not change Giorgos Printezis' locker also be an option? Because you will be safe, you won't have Laryngiakis next to you.
You know, to walk in and see Billy's locker every single day and nobody sitting there, for me, that it's understandable. It's what should happen, you know. So for another EuroLeague great like that, I feel like the same should happen, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I like to see Bill's locker there. It just reminds me of all the practices of me and him going at it. Those are stories for another day. God.
Now a tough one. Without Vasilis Panoulis, and I'm not saying that you won everything because he wasn't on the team, but at the first year without him, you won the double and you went to the Final Four. Without Giorgos Pridezis, can you achieve all this again?
I think with the group of guys that we have, the coaching staff, and the family that we are, as long as we keep our character high, you know, anything is possible. After Bill left, I don't think anybody had these expectations, but we achieved them, and he was there every step of the way texting me, saying, you know, congrats, good job, you know, he was extremely happy for us. So I expect Yorgos to push us the same way and want us to achieve the same greatness they achieved.
Vasilis Panoulis is also going to be a coach next season for Peristeri. And I saw your comment on Eurohoops. So what's your comment about him being the coach now?
I'm nervous. He's a mastermind. I remember plenty of flights on the private flights coming back from EuroLeague games. He's in the back writing, drawing up plays. He has great insight on the game. And he helped my career a lot. You know, he would always pull me aside and say, "Hey, maybe do this, and maybe do that." Same with Slukas. You know, so you know, I'm anxious to see the team he puts together also.
Many fans, basketball people, I don't know, criticized you and say that oh, Shaquille can't shoot, oh, Shaquille is only a dunker. Is this an extra motivation for you?
I just listen to my wife. You know, I don't listen to you know, all of that outside of here. But I will say this would probably be the hardest summer I've ever worked. That McKissic shot really is tattooed into my brain, and everything that I felt after that. And I'm like, okay, I need to get better in certain areas, and I will. So I'm excited for these next 2 months.
Have you realized that you're one of the most favorite players of the crowd?
Yes, I have. I've noticed it. I appreciate it first and foremost. It makes me happy because I feel wanted, you know, and that's always a good feeling. And there's no crowd like the Olympiacos crowd.
You said about McKissic shot, so let's go to the EuroLeague semi-final. Did you manage to get any sleep after this game?
It was tough, you know, it was tough. And it was the fact that, you know, he shoots a shot, it's no time left. But hats off to Efes, you know, they're putting together a good team this season, you know, trying to three-peat. And I think we have to do everything in our power to prevent that. You know, but they're well coached, you know, they have a really good team. So I'm not too shocked, but that was a tough time for sure, for everybody.
As a player, this particular play is something that, in a good way, that you're jealous of, shooting the winning shot in such a crucial game.
No, I would have preferred to just win the championship with 0 points, you know. But I mean, if you're McKissic, you know, hats off to you. I know that was an incredible moment for him. But you know, I've seen Billy do it, Yorgos do it, so I know it's doable. So, you know, I'll wait for my moment.
It was the first time that Olympiacos got to the Final Four after 5 years. I believe that you are certain that you can do it next year, right?
It's hard, but yeah, like even this year, we had times we went Game 5 with Monaco, and Bacon and Mike James are, you know, completely shooting lights out, and it was hard to stop them. But I think as long as we got the crowd, we have a really good chance to accomplish anything.
Okay, everybody knows your story by now.
Yeah.
High school drop-off, blah blah blah. You've talked to us about those, but make them realize that you are much more than just an interesting story. Is an extra motivation.
No, you know, even back then, I knew I would be at some type of point, whether it was on the court or off the court, that I would be making, my mom proud, my family proud, and I've accomplished that. I don't have anything to prove to anybody, but I still do have a lot of, big dreams and aspirations left, a lot of things coming up, so I'm excited.
You, together with Christos, made a short film about Black Lives Matter. What's your opinion about this subject?
I feel like it was needed, to introduce the European crowd, to kind of what's going on back in the States. Even if it only opened up one person's eyes, I felt like it was worth it. And I'm sure me and Chris have a lot more projects coming up in the future. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Right behind the camera, directly behind. My guy, Chris, for sure.
That's a promise.
Yeah, that's a promise. I turned down all the interviews, and then I said, okay, Chris, I'll do yours, of course.
At the same film, you talked about your best friend that got shot when you were 20. This tragic incident, this tragedy was a turning point for you and for your life.
Yeah, man. These things happen, but it makes me stronger. It kind of affects me in a good way and a bad way. It kind of toughens my shell emotionally, as my wife would say, but it also helps me persevere. It helps me get through hard times. So I know it's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
The fact that you have been through so much does make your life as a basketball player easier. Let me explain. Okay, we missed a shot. It's okay. There are more important things in life. We lost a game. It's okay. There are most important things in life.
Yeah, the next day, but usually that night I'm pretty upset. But when I wake up the next day, I see my son, I see my beautiful wife, I relax.
Your son is, we can say, Greek. He was born here. Here in Greece you had so much success with Olympiacos. So tell me, how important is our country for you?
Really important, just becoming my home. I'm going back to the States for 2 months to recharge, but I'm pretty sure at the end of those 2 months I'll be like, all right, I'm ready to get back to Greece. I'm ready to, get back control of my life. So yeah, man, I love Greece. I love it here. This is my family for sure.
One last thing now, I want you to look at the camera, talking to Olympiacos fans, and say your thoughts about next season and make your promises about next season.
Okay, so this is for the Olympiacos fans. I can't, well, first off, I want to say I love you guys for sure. I have big dreams for next season. See, this is tough because when I say these things and they don't happen, I become a meme. I'm seeing Papa Petru everywhere. But I promised the Greek Cup. I promised the Greek championship again and another Final Four experience. I promised that. Why not? I'm fine with that. Dream big.
Or go home.
Or go home. Triple crown.
Thank you very much, Zach.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.